Welcome back, folks, to Something Awesome. I'm zettovyker, and today we continue Katawa Shoujo Act 2, Hide and Seek, Hanako story, and we just woke up. Cool facts. My body twitched into auto mode, carrying my subconscious self out of bed into my uniform. As always, my bottle of pills sit on my desk, patiently, waiting for me to take them and pick up my daily dosage of medicine. 17 pills a day. Before I know it, I'm opening the door to class 3-3. Glad to see that I'm not the only one who seems to be a little hungover from festival week. Every face in the classroom looks rough, with the festival now over. It's as if everyone's life dream has been achieved. With nothing left to live for, the students have relied on instincts alone to guide them to class. Or maybe I'm just reading too much into it. I slowly make my way to my seat, and it's only then I realize that why the room is so peaceful. The seats beside me are blissfully empty. The world's largest interpreter, and for the deaf, has yet to arrive. Just as I'm about to sit down, the door flies open, revealing a resplendent Misha, drills bobbing from the dramatic entrance, and arms stretched forward towards the sky. Yahoo! It's all over! It would appear that not everyone is affected by the post-festival depression. The rest of the class glare at her, obviously thinking the same thing I am. Misha, still frozen in the door with her arms still in the air, nervously looks around. It's obvious that she senses the foul mood, but can't work out exactly what to do. Suddenly, she jerks forward. Hey! She stumbles into the classroom. She reveals Shizune, arms still extended from where she shoved Misha. Shizune, silent for a second. Thanks for the entertainment, but shouldn't you two take your seats? Shizune, angry. Still slightly embarrassed, Misha takes a few seconds to realize she has to translate. Oh yeah, chit-chat says she's not happy with you ditching us last week. We were really busy. Is that so? What about the stuff I already did for you two? Oh, I'm sorry, Shizune. She says that only cuts for council members. Since you declined, she doesn't owe you anything. Misha leans closer and whispers conspiratingly into my ear. Actually, I think she's just a little show you didn't spend the day with her. She's really thankful for your work last week, though. Sensing she's being talked about, Shizune lightly wraps her fingers on her desk until Misha turns around to face her. They sign to each other. I can't understand any of the fast-paced signing what's going on, but from Shizune's slightly embarrassed expression and Misha's poorly contained laughter, I can guess. While this exchange is happening, the door opens again, but this time it's at a much more reasonable pace. Hey! Hanako quietly enters the room and pulls the door closed behind her. Peering out from under her hair, she quickly scans the classroom. Our eyes meet, and she suddenly stiffens. She closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and then walks over to my desk. Good morning, Hiso. Morning, Hanako. You're a little late, aren't you? I was talking to Lily. About today. Ah, so you got her list then. We can leave straight after class in that case. Sure. I'm looking forward to it. Hanako briefly flashes her embarrassed smile at me and hurries off to her seat. Class rolls by. During class, it becomes apparent that it's not only the students that are a little despondent after the festival. Muto simply gives us a list of exercises from the textbooks and then sits behind his desk. I totally forgot about the brief lunch period for a moment. Such is the banality of the day. It's mind-numbing, and everyone seems surprised when the bells signal the end of the lessons. As I'm packing up my bags, Shizune and Misha flank up and entrap me. Say, Hichan, it's not like jump. It's not too late. It's still not too late to join up, and there's a lot of post-festival paperwork for us to complete. Sorry, Misha. I've got plans. As if sensing the cue, Hanako appears behind me, holding a small bag and trying to avoid eye contact with the outside world. Misha, eyes open wide, and then she bursts into laughter. You sure move fast, don't you, Hichan? We won't disturb your date any further. Behind the roaring Misha, I see Shizune taking far too little interest in the scene. I might be taking this the wrong way. I think she's deliberately ignoring me. I feel a gentle tug on my shirt and turn to see Hanako's eyes fixed firmly on the floor. Let's... Got ya. Shizune, Misha, I'll see you later. And I'm still not interested in the council. Spoil sport. Misha and Shizune retreat into the hallway, happily signing to each other. Got all your stuff? Let's head out. Floods of students pour out of the school gates and onto the road into town. It's a little weird, and it's almost a scene from my other high school, but the illusion fades because of the occasional wheelchair or missing limb. One thing I do notice is that nobody is alone. Huh. And as Hanako and I pass through the gates, I notice that she closes the distance between us. Not enough to be considered close, but she certainly isn't her usual just a little far position. I guess we're not familiar enough for her to get as close as she does with Lily. However, though, she has moved a little closer to me physically. Mentally, she seems to have traveled a mile. Her hands clutched around the leather straps of her bag to the point of whitening her knuckles. Her head down and her mouth pursed closed. She almost looks like she's being able to walk into the principal office for the first time. I try to stifle a giggle at the thought, but it's futile. What's the matter? I guess there's no point in hiding it. Sorry. For a second there, it looked like you were getting in trouble. Well, what do you mean? I think you need to relax a little. We're not going too far, and it's only students around, right? Right. It bothers me a little to see Hanako so worked up. And you do this every week, don't you? Yes, with Lily. Of course, with Lily. I wonder if she's ever left the school without her. It doesn't seem like much at first glance, but Hanako's dependence on Lily is absurdly heavy. If she can't even handle leaving the school without her, how would she have managed to survive if the two had never met? Would she have found someone else to latch onto? And what drew her to Lily? What was was it her lack of eyesight, or was Lily just kind enough to lend a hand? I wonder if anyone would have fit the bill. Well, I'm here. Besides, we're not going too far. It'll be over before you know it. Hanako knuckles slowly regain their color as she tries to hide a small smile, but the effort that seems to prevent further conversation. We travel side by side down the winding road towards the town. The crowds of students thins as we continue along the sidewalk. Faster students rush ahead, and the less mobile ones fall behind, rarefying the crowd into nothingness. By the time we reach the convenience store, we are practically alone. Using me as a shield between herself and the attendant, Hanako moves through the narrow aisles, adding an assortment of items to her basket. Bread, milk, tea, thyme? What kind of convenience store sells herbs? Then again, one thing about this town seems normal, which may not be such a bad thing in retrospect. Everything is so different and uncomfortable. Dwelling on such matter isn't really an option. When I think about it, it reminds me of Hanako. No matter how much you try, you can't escape her scars. They still interrupt my train of thought when I see them. As much as I don't want to admit it to myself, I think I'm forcing myself to try to ignore them. Not that I'm scar-free myself. The dragon line down my sternum will never completely fade away. And I just have the luxury of being able to hide it easily. But, in a way, both of our scars remind me that we're all in this place for a reason. Hanako throws one last item to her basket, and then sheepishly holds it out to me, along with a few blank notes. Could you, please? It takes me a second to understand what she's trying to say. Oh, you want me to pay for this? She nods, but doesn't look up. I guess this task falls to Lily on the usual occasions. Sure, let me just grab a couple things. Hastily, I grab a few essential items for myself and hit a counter with Hanako in close tow. The lieutenant gives me an indifferent nod as he scans the items. I suppose just ignoring us is one way to deal with the anomalies of Yamaku. They must get a lot of students here, being the closest store to the school. The staff must have all their way with dealing with us. Or maybe they don't. Maybe it's only me that thinks twice about my unique schoolmates. Our transaction complete, Hanako and I head out onto the street. The road is pretty much abandoned now. The students that were heading out have already left, and nobody has started returning just yet. And with only the school ahead on the road, there doesn't seem to be anyone else around. The emptiness certainly reflects on Hanako, her arms by her sides, each carrying a bag, her head no longer bowed, and the back to the upright position. It's almost as if she were enjoying this walk. So, why are all these weird things? Nick, spice. Why would you need that in school? I sometimes like to make food. Oh, yeah? So do I, but spices? That's a little more advanced, don't you think? Not really. Well, I think it's cool. You have to teach me one day. Sure. He doesn't seem all that sure, but pushing the point doesn't seem all that wise. At the very least, she seemed a great deal happier than she did on the walk down here. That alone made me a little happier. Outside the girls' dorm, Hanako and I sorted the grocery bags with our respective purchases. In comparison, my things look positively plain. I tell you, you're putting me to shame here. No, I'm not. I'm only joking. I have a stack of homework that I skipped last week, so I must leave now. Will you be alright getting that to your dorm? Yeah. Sure? Okay then. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. We part ways, and I return to my room. Piles of papers sit on my desk, begging to be completed. With the entire ruckus of last week, I barely had any time to catch up. I tried to keep up with my studies while in the hospital, but some of this stuff I've never seen before, even back at my old school. Ugh, totally unprepared. I pop the top of a can of drink and get to work. That's it of this day. I'll see you guys next time. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave your comments below, subscribe if you want to see the story. I'll see you guys then. Good night.